Hi everyone, this is Teacher Tess. Welcome to another session of English Interview for Stewardesses. Today's topic are related, or today's questions rather, are related to others. When we say others, that means the questions here are anything under the sun. Okay? So, brace yourself and let's read some questions and answers. The question here is, when you get your first paycheck, what would you like to do with that money? Again, when you get your first paycheck, what would you like to do with that money? Well, this question asks you, what would you do with your first salary? Let's read the sample answers. When I get my first paycheck, I want to take my parents somewhere very special for a nice dinner, to thank them for everything they have done for me while I was growing up. Well, in this answer, she said that she's going to take her parents somewhere for a very special dinner. When I get my first paycheck, I want to buy something for my parents and maybe have a small get-together in the house with my family. This is like a celebration for me. Well, students, what about you? What would you do, with your first paycheck? What would you like to do? Well, I know that you had an idea on how to answer this question. Now, please copy the question, then the sample answers. Then try to answer this question using your own words. Now, let's move on to the next question. The next question here is, if you had 500,000 won, what will you do? Again, if you had 500,000 won, what will you do? Well, this question asks you if you have a big amount of money, like 500,000 won. So what are you going to do with that money? Let's read the sample answers. If I had 500,000 won, I would try to do something very special for my parents who have always been there for me through the good times and the bad. No amount of money could repay them for all they have done, but I would like to do whatever I could for them. Well, in this answer, she said that if she has this amount of money, she would try to do something very special for her parents. Let's read the other sample answers here. If I had this big amount of money, I would travel with my parents. I would bring them in a beautiful place an island can be. This would serve them as a relaxation after many years of working. They are going to stay in a 5-star hotel and just enjoy the food and scenery. Well, student, what about you? What will you do if you have this amount of money? Now, please get your pen and paper and copy the questions here and the sample answers. Then try to answer this question using your own words. The next question here is, if you were dying in a month, what would you do before then? Well, the questions here, if you notice, are hypothetical questions, okay? All those what if. Let's read the sample answers here. If I knew I was dying, I would take all of my savings and travel to as many places as I could. There are so many places in the world that I would love to see, and I would never forgive myself if I missed out on them. I would travel and try all the best things in life. I also want to spend time with my loved ones. Well, what about you? What would you do before this thing? Okay? Well, now please copy the questions here, then the sample answers. Then please try to answer. Okay? Practice answering the questions. This is all for today. Thank you so much. Please remember that you don't need to memorize your answer. You just practice answering the questions, and I know you will do good in your job interview. Good luck, and I'll see you next time.